From the PEP Radio Newsroom, this is part two of the Rick Wilson and the collapse of the MAGA movement story from this morning. LGBTQ Nation is reporting Wilson also talked about how the GOP's unusual redistricting efforts are backfiring as Hispanic voters turn on the party and as blue states fight back with redistricting decisions of their own. The Texas dummy-mander assumed Hispanic voter behavior would look much like Trump's 2024 performance in the demo, he explained. They were so wrong. Hispanic voters are now sending a signal to Trump and MAGA candidates that 2024 was a one-night stand, not a marriage. He said he was enjoying a delicious glass of 25 Chateau Schadenfreude as the same GOPers who cheered for Texas playing a crooked redistricting plan have discovered they've been hoisted on their own petard. The moment the Democrats in Sacramento and Richmond decided to play the very burn-it-all-down rules Trump demanded in Texas and North Carolina, Wilson wrote, using the same mid-decade surgical tools to excise GOP incumbents like a cancerous mole, the MAGA sphere erupted in a spasm of hypocritical garment rending. Republicans know they can't win a fair fight, he said, explaining that he was once a part of the GOP conversation surrounding gerrymandering. They're terrified of even neutral maps, he said, because a neutral map is a death sentence for the collection of dunderheads, conspiracy theorists, failed used car salesman types, and soon to be arrested for pedophilia, so-called youth pastors. They've recruited to run based on loyalty to Trump and nothing more. He also mocked the GOP's excuses, calling them a masterclass in creative writing as they continue to lose special elections and polls show them tanking in the midterms. It's the deep state, Wilson mocked. It's immigrants. It's the phase of the moon. Anything to avoid looking in the mirror and realizing that Donald Trump is the political equivalent of a lead life vest, he added. He energizes the people who would already vote for him, but he increasingly sends everyone else, independents, women, Hispanics, chordates, running for the hills. Right-wingers, he said, know that their efforts are failing, that tariffs backfired, that ICE is deeply hated, and that the president's promise of no wars was clearly meaningless. The culture war is over and MAGA lost, but like a gambler who's down $100,000 at the craps table, they just keep doubling down on the same losing hand. And of course, there are the Epstein files. You cannot shout fake news at a deposition, he said. You can't meme your way out of a federal investigation. The mythology is cracking, and the panic in the Trump White House is palpable enough to track on radar. They are a shrinking, shrieking rump of the American experiment, he concluded, clinging to the hope that if they just yell loud enough, the rest of us will stop moving forward. Their leaders and puppet masters are hoping that those of us on the pro-democracy, pro-constitution side of the political divide will panic and capitulate in advance. So keep the waterworks coming, he said, because we all know that the cut hog squeals loudest. And that's News Blast for this hour. Pennsylvania Equality Project is conducting its housing survey for 2026. Details are available at paequality.com. If you are watching our News Blast videos on YouTube, please be sure to like the video and subscribe to our channel. PEP Radio is available on the Live 365 app, the PEP Radio page at paequality.com, Roku, and Alexa. Up next, we have the Meadville area weather forecast here on PEP Radio.